Okay, 1 minute to go. Okay, time. Janice, could you do the prayer, please?
Avtar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you. And help us all to hold fast to Baba's daman till the very end. Avtar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avtar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avtar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Jai Baba, everybody, and welcome to our Thursday evening session from the center. Today we have with us a very young man. Jiansh. But he is very shy. Otherwise, he can recite the prayer very well, but he is not doing it. बाबा करे next time उसको जरा हिम्मत देवे तो कर देंगे. Before we get on to the program, I would like to invite our Lord Meher Baba to please come and take over the entire proceedings of this meeting. Let each word spoken through all of us participants be as per his wish. Thank you. आज हम मेहरवीना से बहुत सारी बातें जानना चाहते हैं. She is going to sing as well as tell us things about her activities. So without wasting any time, I request Meherveena to take over. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sam. Avtar Meher Baba Ki Jai. And I'm thankful to Baba for giving me this opportunity to be here yet one more time. And it's an honor, definitely. And so today I thought of starting my session with a Mirabai bhajan. And as you all know, that Baba used to love the compositions of Mirabai. So this is a very short and very sweet and simple composition of Mirabai, where she's describing the beauty of Krishna. And in doing so, she's offering her, love and her gratitude towards her beloved Lord Krishna. So let us begin this with Mirabai Bhajan Mharo Pranam Bake Bihari Ji. I would love to put a Baba picture on screen, Sam. So give me a moment. प्रणाम बाके बिहार मारू प्रणाम मारू प्रणाम बाके बिहारी को मारू प्रणाम मारो प्रणाम के बिहारी जी मारो प्रणाम बाके बिहारी को मारो प्रणाम मोर मुकुट माथ्या तिलक बिराजे मोर मुकुट माथ्या तिलक बिराजे कुंडल अनतागरी को कुंडल अनतागरी को मारू प्रणाम बाके बिहारी को मारू प्रणाम अधर मधुर धर बंसी बजावे अधर मधुर धर बंसी बजावे रिझ रिझावे राधा रानी को रिझ रिझावे राधा रानी को मारू प्रणाम बाके बिहारी को मारू प्रणाम या छब देखा मोया मेरा या छब देखा मोया मेरा मोहन गिरिवर धारी को मोहन धारी को मारू प्रणाम बाके बिहारी को मारो प्रणाम मारो प्रणाम प्रणाम अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Thank you, Veena. Before we proceed further, I have one request and a small announcement to make. हमारे सेंटर का और मेरे खुद का बहुत ही चाहित लड़का जिसका मैं नाम नहीं लेना चाहता हूं, he is struggling with cancer and मैं आप सबको इतनी दरखास्त करता हूं कि जब भी हम प्रेयर करें तो बाबा से रिक्वेस्ट करें कि उस पे उनकी नजर बनाए रखे. थैंक यू. गो अहेड वीना.
तो अपना मेरे एक्सपीरियंस का सिलसिला जो था अब तक का, उसको आगे जारी रखते हुए वी हैव रीच्ड टू दैट प्रोजेक्ट which was the last project that I did before during the pandemic, we can say. But Baba had started the preparations very much before the pandemic started. And Sam, like while I'm sharing this, सुनते सुनते अगर आपके दिमाग में कुछ भी सवाल आ जाए तो please feel free to ask me, because
That goes for all the participants.
yes,
You have
yes, please.
any questions, please just raise your hand and we'll take it from there on. Thank you.
Yeah. So ये ऐसे हुआ कि हमारे एक फैमिली फ्रेंड है, मतलब एक्चुअली देखा जाए तो मेरी माय ब्रदर इन लॉज वाइफ, ही इज हर फर्स्ट कजिन, डॉक्टर आदित्य कुलकर्णी, and we got to know each other in her wedding, and that's how we started interacting. And while doing so, I happened to mention to him about Meher Baba, and the more I used to discuss with him, he found it very interesting. So and from our conversations, he got to know that I'm a spiritual minded person, and ऐसे है तो one fine day he just approached me saying that he did a stress management course, and as a part of that course he's supposed to gather some 20 people. Okay. And he was supposed to conduct a workshop on stress management, and for which he was in need of 20 people. So he asked me that, can you get 20 people, because you are a Meher Baba follower and you say that, you work for the dramas, so you are in touch of so many people out there. So is it possible to conduct the workshop at your Bombay center? So I said, see, these kind of, management workshops, like stress management workshops, and these kind of workshops are not conducted at Meher Baba Center, but definitely I know someone who is in the HR department of his company, and I think let me try out if he can help us out. And so before I proceed further, दिमाग में एक ही चीज को रखो please, that how Baba starts doing his work when he wants to make something happen. Okay, so this is how the whole thing started rolling. So it so happened that I approached this person, and I just happened to mention about this whole proposal. And of course, it was none other than the secretary of Bombay Center, Mr. Manosh Mehta, because he's on the HR position. And that time he was working for Mahindra and Mahindra. So I just asked him that, Manosh, is it possible to conduct a workshop on stress management in your company? And my family friend, Dr. Aditya Kulkarni, he wishes to conduct a workshop. So and it's going to be a free workshop, a pilot workshop for us. So is it okay? And he was very supportive. He said, yes, why not? You can go ahead and conduct a workshop in my company. And Dr. Aditya Kulkarni, he was very happy that he got the first break and, the first chance to conduct his workshop in such a big company. And I said, ki, theek hai, abhi tumhara kaam to ho gaya. You can go ahead and conduct the workshop. So he said कि उसमें मेरा काम हो गया है, but तुम्हारा काम अभी तक हुआ नहीं है. I said, how come? You wanted 20 people and you're getting those 20 people. So he said, you are going to conduct guided meditation. I said, guided? meditation, me, and that also guided, that is next to impossible. I cannot do this. I have never done this. So he said, no, nothing doing. You are a spiritual person and you talk so much about Meher Baba. Then why can't you, conduct a meditation session? I said, see, at Meher Baba, at least from, I'm born and brought up in a family who has been following Meher Baba for past so many years. And I have never seen, anybody talking about meditation, or we conducting any kind of such workshops or sessions at any of Meher Baba places. It may be any center, or it may be the Meher Pilgrim Retreat at Meherabad, or any other place. So, I mean, people don't talk much about meditation, only because they feel that Meher Baba never encouraged meditation. And that's the reason ऐसी कोई एक्टिविटी यहाँ पे होती नहीं है. So he said that, never mind, but I don't know anything. You are the one who are going to conduct this activity. And he gave the entire responsibility to me. Then I was in a fix. मुझे पता नहीं था कि what to do, कैसे, कहाँ से, कैसे शुरू करना इस चीज को, because something which I had never done in my lifetime. So I could think of only one thing. Let me see what Baba has said on meditation. And that's how I Googled on, and I just typed in, Meher Baba on meditation. And the moment I typed in Meher Baba on meditation, I got this entire article, Baba's, message on meditation, wherein, for my surprise, this is something for the first time that I read about it. I saw that Baba had mentioned about 6 very important methods on meditation, and I was surprised. And I was curious to read further. I said, Baba, I mean, people over here, they never talk about meditation, and they say that Baba never encouraged meditation. Then from where these 6 important methods have come? And that's how I read the entire article, wherein Baba has given a very beautiful explanation also on meditation. In short, thinking is equal to meditation, right? And then he has given, and he has also mentioned that of all the various methods that are done in the whole world, these are the most important methods. And those 6 methods were personal God, impersonal God, mind blank, God's name, I am eternal. So total around 6 methods are there. And then I also read further that in each method, what the aspirant is supposed to do, that is also something which Baba has described. For example, in personal God method, Baba has said that when you do this particular method, you have to keep the photo of the God whom you follow in front of you. Focus on that picture for 5 minutes, and then close your eyes and try to visualize the same face in front of your mind's eye. So if I am focusing on Baba's face for 5 minutes, for the next 5 minutes, I have to close my eyes and focus on Baba's same image and try to bring his image in front of my mind's eye. And Baba has also said that while doing so, n number of thoughts will haunt you, but do not pay attention to them. Bring back that focus on the image of the Lord. So this is what Baba explained. Baba has given all this explanation. And I was so amazed to see and read about all this. Now, because I didn't have much time, so what I did, I just picked up all those 6 methods, pura copy paste kiya, and based on the visualization that again Baba has only described, I prepared a PowerPoint presentation. And that's how I prepared myself. Okay. Now, as a part of this workshop, I presented this PowerPoint presentation, and I got hardly 8 to 10 minutes The rest of the session was taken by Dr. Aditya Kulkarni, and he explained, to them how scientifically stress, affects at the cellular level. Very beautifully explained the whole thing. And then the whole workshop concluded with the meditation session. And later on, when we gave the feedback form to everyone, maximum feedback that we got from people was the meditation was the best part of it. And I was like, oh my God, and all the time, Sam, while driving on the way, I was just telling Baba, I don't know why you're making me do this. But now that you have put me into this, it is you who have to take care and manage everything. I don't know, because this is something which I've never done in my lifetime. And straight to stand in front of a corporate crowd, and conduct these sessions directly in front of them with no prior experience. So I just did it, and it was very well received. And so many of them came and said to me that, ma'am, we have never come across this kind of a meditation, and it sounds very interesting. And uske baad, Sam, because the program was so well received, we got the opportunities to conduct more and more workshops at the corporate level in the same company. And because there was more demand, so I just expanded my session. So from 10 minutes, it went to a 3-hour session. And then in that, then because people wanted more of meditation, so I was searching for some more material, that whether Baba has written anything more on meditation. And for some reason, one fine day, I just happened to open Discourses book. I had that book with me lying in my library since years, but I hardly bothered to open that book. Just a part of Baba's important books, a collection of Baba's important books, मैंने वो book खरीद के रखी थी. But Baba ने ऐसा मुझे कुछ सामने रखा, that because of which I happened to open that book. And the first thing that I opened was meditation. 8 chapters of meditation are written by Baba in the book of Discourses. And I was amazed. I said, wow, this is something interesting, because for so many years, nobody has ever spoken about meditation. And here I see, as if I've got some treasure, that Baba has written 8 chapters. And because they wanted me to conduct meditation more, so I went in further, trying to read all those chapters. And because the way Baba has written in Discourses, for a ordinary person like me, it was that English language was, I found it very difficult to understand the whole explanation. And then I said to myself, if I'm finding it difficult, how am I going to prepare a presentation on this, and what am I going to explain to people? So I thought of discussing about these discourses with some well-known people, who have been conducting book reading sessions on Discourses book. But it so happened that the answer that I got from them was, sorry, we cannot discuss much on this, because Meher Baba never encouraged meditation. So we omitted these chapters from Discourses book, and we proceeded further. So then I was in a fix. I said, come on, Baba, now you have to, help me understand. And then I approached another person, thinking that this person is an expert in English. So let me sit with this person, and, at least I'll be able to understand the whole thing. But for my surprise, it so happened that every day I went to this person's place with one chapter on Discourses. And eventually the whole scenario was, Sam, that I'm the one explaining that person what is the meaning of this. And I'm wondering what is happening? And this person is none other than our own dear Archana Grover, because she is an expert in English. And she's telling me, MV, Dekha, you know everything, you're able to understand everything, then why are you, why do you want to sit with me? I said, no, Archana, no, because the English is so tough. I don't think so. आगे देखते हैं क्या होता है, आगे देखते हैं क्या होता है. And ऐसा होते होते Sam, end of the 8th chapter, पूरा scenario ऐसे ही चला, जहाँ पे I am explaining her, यहाँ पे बाबा, what does Baba wants to say? That was the whole thing, that the funniest thing that happened. Yeah, you want to say something, Sam? Yeah, bolo.
I want to say कि बाबा की तरफ से जो भी कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन आता है, it comes from the source of truth. And because it comes from the source of truth, it is unadulterated, unpolluted, whatever adjectives you want to use. It is pure and simple. And it is up to us how much to follow and what to follow. And बाबा ने बहुत सारी चीजों पे बहुत सारे डिस्कोर्सेस दिए हैं, and they are all worth their value in gold. Not only gold, gold से भी अधिक. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then uske baad aise hua that okay, my the next PowerPoint presentation was ready, and wherein I had prepared some diagrams and all sorts of things, because in a corporate world, this is what they find it interesting, if it's in a diagram kind of presentation. So I had written principles of meditation, then associative meditation, dissociative meditation. What is this concept? And then now this is one interesting thing that happened in this particular workshop. That was the last workshop that we conducted. Before, post that, the pandemic started. Okay, so this was the last workshop that we conducted. Yeah, you want to get up? Okay. Yeah. So it so happened that in this particular workshop, because half of the session out of those 8 hours, post lunch session was given to me. Okay. So when my turn, I mean, the first half of the workshop was conducted by Dr. Aditya Kulkarni. And once his scientific session got over, it was my turn to conduct the meditation session. But there was a lunch break in between. Okay. And so, okay, one sec. People, it will be helpful for me if you can put on your videos, because, I think, yes, if some of you can switch on your videos so that I can get a feel that I'm talking face to face.
Jai Baba.
Yeah.
Ram, can you switch on your video, please?
Yeah, Surya, thanks a lot for joining in. Yeah. Yeah. So it so happened that when my session was about to begin, okay, there was a lunch break. So मैंने ये सोचा, see Sam, another interesting thing that I realized while reading these chapters was that we have heard a lot about Baba. We read a lot about Baba. Lot of programs are being conducted. Lot of things are happening. Lot of activities are happening. Okay. But still, why we are all back to square one? And what do I mean by back to square one? And that is tension, fear, worry. Are iska kya hoga? Uska kya hoga? Why we are back to square one? This is something which I was thinking, and I got the answer. The answer to this is one and only reason, and that is practical implementation of the spiritual truths. Bringing the spiritual truths into practice is something which we all are lacking in our life. So this is something which I realized, and then I thought that this is very important, that one has to consciously bring the truths into practice. तो वो कैसे करेंगे? How to make it interesting? Because human being is such a creature that it needs constantly some innovative and interesting things, you know, to उनकी गाड़ी को आगे चलाने के लिए. So I was giving it a thought कि how to make this concept interesting rather than, you know, keeping it like a typical book reading and a philosophical बहुत heavy dose का session. So during this particular workshop, it so happened that when there was a lunch break, what I did was I picked up 6 people randomly, okay, and I told them that I am giving you a line of thought, okay. Now we have a lunch break for an hour. So during that lunch break, you have to bring this line of thought into practice while you think, talk, and act. And what was the line of thought that I gave them? Real happiness lies in making others happy. And this workshop was getting conducted at one of the locations of Mahindra and Mahindra, a corporate world. All right. So this was the scenario. Now, these 6 people went keeping this line of thought in their mind. And I told them that you have to be very conscious of this line of thought. Okay. And you know what you have to do. And after the lunch break is over, you have to come back to me and share your experiences with everybody sitting out here. And Sam, the most amazing thing happened. And you know what? When these 6 people came back with their experiences, they were amazed. They said, ma'am, it was so beautiful. And then I asked them, why don't you all share your experience? So there was this one girl. She said that, ma'am, I'm not an atheist, but I also but I believe I don't believe that God is there in some frame or in some murti. I just believe that, you know, God is some power. That is what I believe. And I believed what you said. Okay. And believing that, I tried to implement this line of thought which you gave me. And you know what she did? When she was sitting in that dining hall, she saw her boss in front of her. And she was completely cross with her boss. But keeping that line of thought in mind, what she did, she changed her table and asked her boss, can I join you for the lunch? And she sat with him. And not only that, in spite of having all sorts of grudges against her boss, she offered her food to him. And the moment she did that, the boss was so happy and they both had a lovely conversation. और आपस में जितने grudges थे ना वो सब निकल गए. And she said, ma'am, thanks to you that, and उन लोग को on the spot वो experience मिला. That how wonderfully, you know, it works when we consciously try to implement his principles, and how he helps us when we are trying our best to do it. That was one experience. Another guy came with this experience कि मैम मैं लंच ब्रेक में कभी भी मेरी वाइफ को कॉल नहीं करता हूँ, लेकिन बिकॉज आपने ये लाइन ऑफ थॉट दिया तो मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम मेरी वाइफ को लंच ब्रेक में कॉल किया कि अरे कैसी है, तो क्या चल रहा है. शी वाज सो हैप्पी, शी वाज इन टीयर्स, शी वाज सो हैप्पी. तो मैम उसकी खुशी देख के मुझे इतनी खुशी हुई कि आज उस खुशी का अंदाजा हुआ कि जब आप दूसरों को खुशी देने की कोशिश करते हो तो वो जो खुशी तुम्हें मिलती है, that खुशी cannot be expressed in words, and that is the real happiness. And then ऐसा सब होने के बाद, and I started my session with the presentation. I explained them the concept of meditation, what is dissociation. And Sam, all these explanations were based on the explanations given by Baba in discourses. उसमें मेरा खुद का कुछ भी नहीं था. And I made it clear to them that I am a follower of Meher Baba. He is my spiritual master. And today the presentation is based on his discourses. End of the session, there was a Muslim guy who came and he asked me, ma'am, आपने ये जो भी चीजें आज हमें बताई, ये सब हम कुरान में है, कुरान में हमने पढ़ा है, और ये सेम ऐसा ही है.
How nice.
पर yeah, and you will get goosebumps when you hear आगे जो हुआ. आगे वो बोला कि लेकिन मैम, इवन दो ये सभी चीजें कुरान में हैं, फिर भी आज जो मुझे अनुभव हुआ, एक्सपीरियंस मिला, वो नमाज पढ़ते वक्त भी कभी हुआ नहीं. तो ऐसे क्यों? तो ऐसे क्यों? सो आई टोल्ड हिम कि आप जब नमाज करते हो तो आप क्या करते हो? सिर्फ वो एक्सरसाइज करते हो, यू नो. डू यू मेडिटेट ऑन द वर्डिंग्स ऑफ दैट आर देयर इन द कुरान? आज आपने क्या किया? आपका पूरा फोकस था उस लाइन ऑफ थॉट पे, एंड दैट्स व्हाई you experience whatever you experience. And as Baba has said, that when you meditate, us vakt whatever experiences Baba will give you are meant to be enjoyed for that moment. You're not supposed to, hold on to it, nurture it. If you want to get more and more experiences, us moment mein wo experience lo or chhod do and proceed further to take more and more experiences. So that was the amazing part. And then I told him that next time jab bhi aap namaz padhoge, ab ki baar focus, meditate on each and every word of the Quran and then see the difference. And then he told me कि मैम मुझे बहुत दुख होता था कि मेरे जो सबॉर्डिनेट्स है, जो कलीग्स है, वो मेरे आगे निकल गए. एंड मुझे दुख होता था इस बात का कि मैं अभी भी यहीं पे हूँ, अभी भी यहीं पे हूँ. बट आज मुझे इस बात का पता चला कि मैं क्यों हूँ. बिकॉज आज अगर मैं यहीं पे नहीं होता तो मैं आज आपका सेशन कैसे अटेंड कर पाता और कैसे इस बात को जान लेता. सी हाउ वंडरफुली बाबा did his work. And फिर that whole experience created that curiosity in me that this is so beautiful and the whole humanity should benefit from this. And I was like, iska kuch to hona chahiye, kuch to hona chahiye. Only that thought was lingering in my mind. Post this workshop got over, then came the pandemic period. And that time when our organizing committee, we all were discussing as to ab ki baar winning his heart ko kaise conduct kiya jaye. Finally, we all decided that we will conduct winning his heart online. And then abhi online conduct karna hai to kya kya events rakhne hain abhi. So all of us, were discussing. So we came to a conclusion that we can, a quiz ho sakta hai, Baba Hausi ho sakti hai, and some artwork can be done. And then I said, I think somebody, Danish or somebody suggested that MV, why don't you conduct meditation? Initially, we were going to conduct the whole event offline in Bengali school. But when pandemic started, the whole thing went online. And then I was in a fix. I said, abhi mujhe meditation online agar conduct karna hai, so for that entire 1 hour, what am I going to do? I mean, one single method, uske baad kya? And I never wanted to, sit here, sit with the discourses book, open the chapter on meditation and read, fir pravachan jaisa karo, I didn't want to do it that way. So khali wo thought was lingering ki kya karu, and kuch dimag mein nahi aa raha tha, kuch nahi aa raha tha. Winning his heart started. Artwork got over. Wo we got khatam ho gaya. Okay. And I told the organizing committee, I mean, ki I will conduct my session in the end. Pehle sab activities ko hone do. Okay. So artwork got over. Then Baba Hausi got over. Then the third week came, Baba quiz. And jaise hi wo third week aaya, I got a call from Nimesh. And Nimesh is asking me, now see, kaise Baba karte, how beautifully he takes the whole thing ahead. निमेश का फोन आया, निमेश इज आस्किंग मी, अरे अभी अगले संडे से तो तेरा है मेडिटेशन, तू क्या करेगी अभी, कैसे इसको प्रेजेंट करेगी? सो आई एम टेलिंग हिम, निमेश, आई एम क्लूलेस, आई डोंट नो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू, बट डेफिनेटली आई एम श्योर अबाउट वन थिंग कि मुझे बुक रीडिंग नहीं करनी है. तो ही सेड, फिर हम लोग का डिस्कशन चल रहा था, एंड देन ही सेड, अरे व्हाई डोंट यू राइट अ स्टोरी? I said, story? पागल है क्या? I am not a writer. स्टोरी क्या? इतना 8 chapters of discourses को स्टोरी फॉर्म में मेरे पास टाइम भी नहीं है, एंड आई एम नॉट अ राइटर, सो डोंट इवन थिंक अबाउट इट. एंड स्टोरी लिखो तो क्या लिखो? तो ही सेड, अरे ऐसे ही कोई रैंडमली 4 कैरेक्टर्स को खड़ा कर दे ना, उसमें क्या है? आई सेड इट्स नॉट माय कप ऑफ टी, और मैंने उस बात को सीधा मना किया. ओके, एंड हाउ अ कॉन्वर्सेशन गॉट ओवर. एट नाइट after 12 o'clock, I sat there asking Baba, come on, show me a way out. How do you want this whole thing to happen? I'm clueless. I'm not able to understand. And the moment I'm saying this to Baba, that voice is telling me, give it a thought. What did Nimesh say? He has asked you to write a story. Give it a thought. And I'm just thinking, I said, story? Seriously? All right. So I'm sitting here with the laptop and my fingers are all set to type. You come and dictate me the story and I will type it out. And I sat there, Shanti Singh. And I was just thinking, usually a story begins with, once upon a time. तो मैंने ऐसे सोचा कि चलो एटलीस्ट लेट मी स्टार्ट टाइपिंग वंस अपॉन अ टाइम, कम से कम लेट मी गिव इट अ स्टार्ट. एंड द मोमेंट आई टाइप्ड इन वंस अपॉन अ टाइम, उसके बाद सैम, यू वोंट बिलीव, दिस इज नो मैजिक, दिस कैन ओनली हैपन व्हेन ही टेक्स ओवर. माय फिंगर्स जस्ट वेंट ऑन एंड ऑन टाइपिंग, एंड एक एक करके हर रोज आई वाज राइटिंग वन पार्ट ऑफ द स्टोरी. 3 कैरेक्टर्स कहाँ से आ गए पता नहीं, एंड देन बाबा जस्ट पुट मी इनटू इट एंड आई एम जस्ट सर्चिंग फॉर द नेम्स टू दिस कैरेक्टर्स. 3 फ्रेंड्स की स्टोरी है, ये बन गई. ऐसा करते करते द होल स्टोरी वेंट इनटू 6 पार्ट्स. कैन यू बिलीव दैट? 6 पार्ट्स. एंड ये 3 जो फ्रेंड्स है उनके नाम भी ऐसे एकदम it was again while I was searching for the name, जब तक अंदर से वो अप्रूवल नहीं आ रहा था ना, वो नाम ओके ही नहीं हो रहा था. सो इतना क्या क्या रिसर्च किया मैंने फॉर द नेम्स फॉर दोस 3 ऑल द कैरेक्टर्स इन द स्टोरी. सो द नेम्स ऑफ दिस 3 फ्रेंड्स वर अश्वथ, मेद्य, ओहा. ओहा मीन्स मेडिटेशन, जो मुझे बाद में पता चला. I mean, I was also curious to know that why Baba is provoking me to pick up only these words. क्या है क्या इसका? Okay? And ऐसा करते करते the whole story came into the picture.
What were the 3 words, Veena?
The names, these were the names of these 3 friends. Ashwath,
अश्वत्थ
Med,
क्या होता है?
Ashwath, I'll have to refer now.
कोई
I mean, Nimesh, if you're there, just Google it and just keep it ready. The meaning of Ashwath, Medya, and Oha. Oha, I remember. Oha means meditation. Okay. And ये 3 friends जो है उनके characters भी अलग है. Ashwath is a person who is very straightforward, upfront, और जिसको हर एक चीज के लिए proof चाहिए कि अगर मैं बोलती हूँ कि no, God has said this, this is what happens. So Ashwath is such a character that you're saying this, then give me a proof. That is that character. Medya is a fearful character. Okay. And being a priest, still he's a fearful character. And Oha is such a character जो एकदम दिल खुलास, एकदम मस्त मौला जैसा है. And ऐसे ये 3 लोग हैं. But still, what was lacking in their life was eternal happiness, and which they were trying to seek. And then the story goes ahead. अभी इसका ऐसे हुआ कि 6 पार्ट्स में तो ये स्टोरी लिख गई. तो मैंने सोचा कि चलो एटलीस्ट फॉर 6 वीक्स नो नीड फॉर मी टू वरी अबाउट. उसके बाद ये स्टोरी कहाँ जाएगी, ओनली दैट इज फॉर बाबा टू वरी. इट इज नॉट माय वरी. ही हैज रिटन दिस स्टोरी, सो ही ओनली नोज हाउ टू गो अबाउट इट. अभी जब ये स्टोरी लिखी गई उसके बाद अगेन आई स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग कि नो, लाइक अ क्रिएटिव माइंड ना, इट कैन नॉट सिट क्वाइटली. सो आई वाज थिंकिंग अभी स्टोरी तो लिख के हो गई, लेकिन वापस मुझे स्टोरी खाली पढ़नी नहीं है. I want to present it in a different form. And then the idea started flowing. Why not make a animated video out of it? And I started digging, for the, okay, Ashwat means a holy figure. Okay. Nimesh has mentioned the meanings of these names. Ashwat means a holy figure. Medya means clean or fresh. And Oha, as I said, means meditation. Okay. And it so happened that फिर मैंने आई जस्ट ट्राई टू ऑडिशन चल रहा था मेरा कि ये 3 दोस्त लोगों के लिए मुझे ऐसे बिफिटिंग फेसेस चाहिए बस एंड आई न्यू दैट बाबा इज गाइडिंग मी एंड आई न्यू दैट इट इज बाबा ओनली who is going to approve this faces also. So let me go on digging, and you won't believe, Sam, मैंने इतने सारे लोगों के faces को लेने की कोशिश की. There were some faces that I took from one historical serial from Marathi and all that. क्या कुछ किया, but no, nothing was clicking. And then I said to Baba, oh Baba, come on, I hardly have days in my hand, and I have to do the presentation of part 1 on coming Sunday, and the week had already started. And that's when he is taking me on YouTube. Okay. And YouTube page, suddenly he is giving me that thought to search for Buddha. And I searched for Buddha. And the moment I searched for Buddha, सबसे पहली चीज जो मेरे सामने आई was a 4-hour animated film on Lord Buddha. And उसमें से जो faces थे ना, वो उनको पसंद आए. He had selected those faces from Lord Buddha का story. So Baba never wanted any face from any commercial serial or anything. Lord Buddha. And because that was the animated version. So I just picked up those faces, and then it is again Baba who guided me to refer some software, some apps, and change the expressions as per the dialogues, and all this work started. Now, in the meantime, the rest of the members of the organizing committee were busy, preparing the creatives, for the upcoming event. And jaise hi on coming Sunday, part 1 of meditation will be conducted. Aise Aya, I got a call from Somit Doshi. And Somit, because Somit is into meditation for years, he called me and he said, oh, MV, you're doing a presentation on meditation. That's very interesting. If there is anything you need, let me know, and I'm here to help you. And I was so happy because even though the story was written, I was not sure about whether ये language बराबर होगी कि नहीं, whether there are any grammatic mistakes. यहाँ पे ऐसे critics भी होते हैं, मुझे पता है, who will point out the mistakes in your English grammar and all. तो वो tension था, and Baba is sending me Somit. तो मैंने क्या किया, जितना भी लिखा हुआ था, I sent the entire material to him for a proofreading. And I also wanted to ensure, I told Baba that because Discourses book was so difficult to understand, ensure that the story is so simple to understand that a child, right from the age of 8 or 9 years till the age of 80, 85 years, everybody should be able to understand that story. Why? Because all the important messages on meditation, the important discourses on meditation by Baba were getting conveyed through this story. And eventually, after the whole thing got built up, I realized that Baba ने मुझे कहाँ से discourses book में से क्या चीजें उठा के उसमें discourses के messages, इतने important messages were going through from the story, that the whole thing was so wonderful. And then every week का ये scenario था that first part, I'm working on the animation. Somit is doing, I told Somit that yes, I'll need your help for the proofreading, and secondly, I'll need your voice for the disciples that are there in the story, because these 3 friends, they visit a ashram of a spiritual master, because they go in search of eternal happiness. And then I said that I don't have much time to search for voices for this all rest of the characters. So let me only record in my voice and say the dialogues for all the remaining characters. That's what I did. And that's how the whole process started. So the first week came, part one ka pura, working was done. Saturday run through hua, Sunday presentation hua. And ye silsila chalta gaya. Again, the next week is coming. So part two ka working is on. And the whole thing is, so right from scratch in the entire week, each and every part was built up in every week. And aisa karte karte, I reached in the 6th week and I realized कि बस Baba has written me only till part 6, उसके आगे क्या? And then I got, this message from another friend of mine asking that what are you going to do now? लोगों की curiosity तो बढ़ा दी कि ये friends यहाँ तक पहुंच गए, but what next? Now what will happen? And जैसे ही the same thing, I said, Baba, I don't know anything. I have to end this story somewhere. So I don't know how you're going to do it. Even I'm curious to know. So today, again, I'm sitting with my laptop. You come and dictate the story further. And of course, the same thing happened. And it went on and on. And I'm wondering, because I was very adamant on, keeping it limited to 7 episodes, because thinking that 7 is Baba's favorite number. It is Baba's number. पर वो इतना लंबा हो गया. Then I told Somit, we will have to divide the story into 2 parts. So I'll make it 7A and 7B. So Somit is saying, why 7A and 7B? Doesn't that sound funny? So I said, तो फिर क्या 8 करना है? Of course, what a big deal. Why not make it 8? So I was a bit disappointed. Then I'm just asking Baba, why did you make it into 8 parts? Why 8? I mean, I'm not happy with that figure. Why 8? And I'm constantly asking that question, and comes the reply. Number 8 को अगर आप लेटा देते हो, तो what happens? When number 8 is like this, okay, when it is vertical, but usko when it becomes horizontal, what is
Infinity.
the sign? Correct.
Infinity.
Absolutely. So that number 8 becomes the sign of infinity.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So after the whole story got over, I realized that indeed, no wonder that this came into 8 parts, because this whole story was nothing but the training period of those 3 friends. And what was that training period? That the thing which you want to seek, that eternal happiness which you want to seek, uske liye you have to go through this training period. And there were 2 conditions. One was you have to go through this training period, and second was to climb a mountain and reach the mountain top. Now, why to climb the mountain? Because they were given certain instructions. So basically it is like symbolic to what happens in our lives. Okay, if we compare what is being shown in the story, the training period is nothing but our period in our life where we are assimilating that spiritual knowledge. We are accumulating the spiritual knowledge. पर knowledge accumulate करके क्या फायदा जब तक उसको action में नहीं लिया जाता. So the second condition in the story, which was climbing the mountain, wherein the aspirant is supposed to obey the master. And if you don't obey the master, then you are definitely going to fall in the pit, just to get that experience, that what happens when you disobey the master. And if we compare it in our lives, the same thing happens. If we are not consciously obeying our master and bringing his truths into practice, we do face a number of problems in our life. And that's how beautifully the whole story went ahead. And the response for this entire program was tremendous. 100% attendance. There were 100 people present for all the sessions. And after the sessions, the whole entire program got over, I started getting personal messages from people saying that you have to conduct this program 1-to-1, because it is working very intensely on the psychological level. So you have to do this. And that's how then because there were so many requests that I got, I started conducting this program one-to-one, and it has worked wonderfully for all those who have done this program. And in fact, Sam, I have, for the same reason, I asked Nimesh also to attend today's session, especially because Nimesh has done this program. So I have requested him to share his experience, and also I have Surya. And the amazing part of Surya, which I would like to tell you, is one Baba lover from Canada. She did this program, and her entire life changed. Whatever difficulties, problems she was facing in her life after doing this program, she was in a completely different, zone altogether. Her life completely changed, and she bounced back in her life. And when she did this program, she felt that this colleague of mine must do this program, because whatever situations he was going through his life. And Surya, till then, of course, he's not a Meher Baba follower as such. He is one of the colleague, working with this girl who is a Meher Baba follower in Canada. And we are fortunate to have Surya with us today. So we have Surya also, who would love to share his experiences as to how was his life before he did this program, and how is it now after doing the program. So Sam, with your permission.
No permission required, Baba. Surya ji, आप आ जाइए मैं.
Yeah.
Surya?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Meherveena. To be frank, it wasn't just that I did not follow Meher Baba or anyone as such. Like, I was an atheist. I didn't believe in God.
Yeah.
I used to say that if God has created man in his own image, then man has returned his favor in no doubt. That is like, I would say that like it is a catch-22 situation where you don't know if God created man or man created God. And similarly, like I had lot of issues handling anger, rage, and I was, until I came to this course, like I was like a pressure cooker. Like there was a lot of things that were being pushed in, and there was just no vent or let out to it. And meditation or anything, like as long as you try it with a closed mind, or like in this case, the pressure cooker with the lid closed, nothing is going to come out. So my experiences were all pretty negative, and I didn't, I was not able to find that happiness which we all seek, or we think of when we think of spirituality. But in this course, like the first thing that happened to me was a change of opinion, or like the sort of openness with which we discuss the topics, and the line of action for each of those um, 8. This program was in 8 weeks, and like each week we had a line of thought, and we would think of like I used to come up with a lot of questions, and a lot of times probably I must have irritated Meherveena with like why um, this is just we're talking of Meher Baba. Why not someone else? Or um, and she was she gave me the liberty to think of it as anyone, but she said that for her it is Meher Baba, and that's how like she looks at it. And slowly, like um, I started following those actions, and I started making notes for myself on a daily basis about um, what is actually going on in my mind. And um, 8 weeks was just probably the course, but after that, I think it is almost 2 years now, and um, the way like it got imbibed into my system, like having that half an initially, like I used to meditate for probably 5 minutes or 10 minutes on that line of thought. But as I got more comfortable with it, I started spending more time, and along with that, um, the acceptance of things has started coming into me, like slowly, from that stage of disbelief or questioning, like I came to a stage where I started realizing the that like whatever is happening for my good. If there is a problem, then there is some sort of benefit that is coming out of the problem, and also there is some sort of way to handle that problem which is coming up right around the corner. Um, so um, and I had a lot of some weird situations where I just walked into places where um, some Meher Baba um,
Follow.
associations were held, um, or like when I was at I was in the hospital for an eye surgery, um, and all of a sudden someone came to me and gave me a book of Meher Baba, and um, for no reason things started happening like that. So I was surprised, and I I think in the last meeting, Sam sir was saying that I'm no one to, I don't know how to love Baba. It is he who is looking after me, or he who is making things work for me. So I I could very well resonate with that when I was hearing that last time. Um, I really don't. I have not read probably a lot about Meher Baba too. It's all that um, uh, I've heard from Meherveena, and I've seen other people talking. Um Obviously, this has changed my perspective to life in a way.
And Sam, one amazing thing that I would like to tell you about Surya is that today you won't believe, but he has lost the eyesight of the other eye, so he cannot see with both of his eyes now. He in such a situation, having facing a lot of health issues, but today, I mean, his entire perspective towards life has changed, and today he's finding himself, I mean, I'm surprised to see him so calm and at peace. And I don't remember his words, but last time he said something really which was very important, that Surya, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is something that you said last time, that even though I'm facing these problems in my life today, but I feel that I'm put at a test by Meher Baba, so that I can implement whatever I have learned the line of thoughts, I can put them into action. And such a beautiful thought. And see, look at the perspective. I mean, hats off to him. I can say hats off to him.
Thank you so much.
What's your last name, sir?
My last name is Putrevu, Suryanarayana Murthy Putrevu.
He's from Hyderabad.
Arey wah. Okay.
Thank you so much, Surya, for sharing and being here.
Let
We have
go so easily. Surya, Baba has his own unique ways of working. He does not do things, of course, he is for everybody, but for the people whom he chooses, he works one-on-one basis. There is no hard and fast rule कि बाबा ने ये ही कहा है और ऐसा ही करना है. There is nothing of that sort. Each one gets prompted from within because that is where the Lord resides. Whether you call him Meher Baba, you call him energy, spirit, जो भी नाम देना है, it doesn't really matter. Because eventually, घूम फिर के everything will reach him. So if you want to approach him directly, there is one way, and if you want to go around in circles, there is also a way, and you can choose whichever way you want to do it. It's not a problem. The only thing required is to cling on to his Daman, to cling on to his teachings, to be true to yourself more than anything else. Most of us, we betray ourselves all the time. And it is poor Meher Baba who takes the blame for it all. कि बाबा ने मुझे ऐसे कहा इसलिए ऐसा हो गया न ऐसा हो गया and all that nonsense. Actually, we do not really know the importance of Meher Baba. His stature as God. What is God? हम समझ नहीं पाए हैं. We have not understood. At least I haven't. But to me, he's the most loving person I can ever have in my life. In spite of all my weaknesses, all my stupidities, the way he still keeps loving me, wohi enough hai. That is proof enough. Only God can do this. Parents will give up, wife will give up, sab log, everybody will give up on you. Ki Baba, nothing can be done about you. No. Meher Baba will never give up on you. He is the only friend who will stick or keep you stuck to him till the last. And till the last का मतलब ये नहीं कि the end of this life. No, sir. End of your journey until you merge in the eternal bliss or happiness or whatever you call it. Until then, he will be with you. There are kinds and kinds of Baba's disciples, followers, or whatever name you call them. कहीं पे Baba has described कि I can categorize my followers into 3 categories. And he said, imagine if you are walking on the beach along with a group of people and I'm leading and there are some fellows who want to go ahead of me. So I have to walk faster, catch up with them and keep them with me. Then there are others who are just lazing around and following me half-heartedly. I take them also along with me. And then there is the third kind of followers who are the laziest of them all. And I, out of my love for them, carry them on my shoulders. I carry them on my shoulders to make them progress on the journey. And yet, these people, when they are sitting on my shoulders, they beat me on my head, and yet I tolerate them. This is God and His love. Unconditional, nothing. There is, I just don't know what to say. Meherveena, take over. Sorry.
We have Nimesh
That's true, sir.
also. Yeah, yeah. Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
जरा एक song हो जाए कि please. Heavy dose हो गया.
But it might break the flow. Let Nimesh complete and then I can sing the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nimesh, are you there?
चलो मैदान में आ जाओ निमेश.
Yeah. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Yeah, Jai Baba. So I was part of those 100 people who took the STL in the Winning is Hard program, and after that it just shook me because as you all know, I mean, Sam knows, Meherveena knows that I used to always say that, where am I leading? I don't know what is happening. I understood what Baba has said, everything. But somewhere, something is lacking. I always used to feel that what I am within, I'm not the same when I am in front of people. So, there are two personalities. So I want to be what I am within. And if I have the gray areas and I have to be, I have to reflect what I am to the outside world. And if I am not so comfortable with my gray areas, I have to wipe out those gray areas within me, and so that I am crystal clear and I can be how I am in front of everyone, what I'm thinking. So that's a simple solution, rather than, beating around the bush, just clear out yourself within and just be what you are in front of everyone else. So that journey, that was the journey. And in the midst of that, I had some frictions at home also. So I was a bit in a disarray. And then I spoke to Meherveena and she said that, why don't you take up this STL? And Shadows to Light, I started the sessions, their line of thoughts. So to be frank, I was not, writing a diary or something. But what I felt is, nor I was meditating, I was meditating for 5-10 minutes, not more than that. And then I discontinued because then I found out that what is meditation? Meditation is not sitting in one place and thinking about Baba. Meditation is something which you do every moment. Whatever you do, you think about Baba and do your work.
Nimesh, sorry to interrupt, but what we are doing right now is also a kind of meditation.
Correct. Yeah.
Because our mind is focused on Him and Him alone. So that in itself is a kind of meditation also. Jai Baba.
True, yeah, Sam. Agree with you. So in your daily life, I started thinking, this will be weird to everyone, but I'm telling you this, that I used to, well, while I was driving, I used to always say, "Arey ye kaisa chala raha hai? Arey wo kaisa chala raha hai? Wo kaisa hai?" wo. So then this thought came that,
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
before
that, suppose Baba is driving like that, suppose, will you say like that? Okay. So that is what, then the other thought was, we travel in railway trains, local trains, there is always, post pandemic things have changed, but prior to pandemic, even now, someone will push you, and you answer back, someone, and then, there is always this seat card, pakdo pehle, bhag ke jaake, you have to share the seat, koi dhakka marega to you have this resistance in your mind. So I don't know, Baba started provoking me that if I was sitting beside you and was pushing you, would you have pushed me? So, so all this thought process, I don't know what, but all this started getting into me and, into my mind. And I started reflecting as to whether, these are the small things, we talk tall things, big things, in front of people, that I am a believer of Meher Baba, and he is the uh, incarnation, next incarnation, and we all believe him. We all take talk about him as God. But is that all? What about practical thinking? What about meditating in your daily lives, in your day-to-day situations? And that is what this Shadows to Light taught me, that in all the line of thoughts, kind of, taming your anger, how to, uh, it's a journey, I'm telling you. It's not, I have not have arrived yet, but every day it's a situation, how to think about people first. Okay, selflessly, I would not say that, abhi tak wahan pahuncha nahi hu. But every time you have to not react, but to think, and then think what Baba would have been if Baba is in front of you, or he would have been there. How would you have answered back? How would you have, I would again refrain from using the word react. So how would have you responded? So that is the first thought which should come every time. And I always remember what Cyrus Uncle also used to say, don't be reactive. Just think about Baba before you react, and then you respond. So, this is, I think, Shadows to Light, the meditation has taught me this, that you have to meditate in every situation, every moment, whatever you do. Prior to that, you think of Baba, and then, the meditation is an ongoing exercise, ongoing thing. Every time, it is only when you sleep, you don't consciously meditate. But if the entire day, if you have done this, in your sleep also, probably, the meditation will continue. So this is what I have learned from Shadows to Light, and this is how I am able to resolve the frictions at home, in within my mind. In fact, I used to have this, subconscious habit of, judging people, which I used to take it as a, as a sixth sense, as in that I can judge a person very easily. And some people used to ask me, how is that person? How is that person? What do you think about him? And I used to take it in my stride that, मैं जानता हूँ, and people used to appreciate that, अरे तू सही बोला था. But then, I started realizing that what am I doing? Actually, I'm judging for my own sake, so that I can, like insects, animals try to, protect themselves from others, if they are dominating, you'll subdue, all that sort. But I am using that as a, someone is praising me for that. So, I started giving up that as well. And now I think when I reflect back, I think I'm not judging anyone. So all these small, small things. Yeah.
So what do you think of Sam Patel? How do you judge him?
भूल गया अभी नहीं जज कर पाया अभी. I've lost the memories of profiles of everyone, what I might have created in my mind. So that's what it is, and it's a process every day. I think every day you come across your weaknesses, your shortcomings, and the most important or most precious gift which Baba has given me, I believe, is that the recognition of those weaknesses or shortcomings. And then he has, because I could recognize the shortcomings and weaknesses, I am able to improvise on them and think about Baba and give it to him that this is my weakness, please take it. If you want me to make that into a positive thing, you help me, or whether you want to curtail it or you want to use it, however you want to, you take it from me. So that is how I've been living in the present. Again, that used to be the case with me, that I used to always think about the past or the future, reflecting back. All that is behind now, and I'm just living day to day, every day as it comes, and that's how it is.
So, Sam, if I would like to summarize on this entire program, how it works. So I would like to say that Shadows to Light is one such program that is working very intensely, and it is helping all those who have done this and who are doing this program to be absolutely conscious about their thoughts, their words, and their actions. And the line of thoughts which are given every week to be implemented and brought into practice, they are making us conscious each time when we think something which otherwise Baba would not like us to think in his presence, when we talk something or use certain set of words which Baba would not like us to talk or use those words otherwise in his presence, and most importantly, actions. This program is making us conscious of all these things, which is very important, and that is what is called practical spirituality, which we can say. And I think this is the time to be conscious of our thoughts, words, and actions. And as Baba has explained it in a very simple way, meditation is nothing but thinking what you think. So one has to be keep a check on his thought process. Because if you are constantly meditating on the shadows of your life, what you are going to experience is all the shadows in your life, which is anxiety, stress, fear, anger, ignorance, darkness. And instead, if you meditate or focus or think only on the spiritual thoughts, then what you are going to experience is bliss. And this is what the program talks about, and the program is actually training you intensely, and that's the reason it goes for 2 months. So that is the summary of the whole thing. And of course, I mean, there was somebody who has messaged me, they would like to know about it. So I would just like to say that people can just directly contact me if they want to know more about this program, because usually I take an orientation session of this program explaining how the whole program goes. And I'm sure Kamal is sitting next to you, Sam, and Kamal is also, Jai Baba Kamal. Kamal is also done. Yeah. Yeah, you were saying something, Sam?
Yes, I would like to say
Yeah.
that before we started on this session, आज का session, from that time till now, what has happened to me is I've been shaken up from my core. मेरे दिल को given a big shake up because we've been sitting on our laurels के हाँ ये सब बाबा का है and अपना है and pen है all that nonsense. But no, practical spirituality is something very, very, very important and which I'm talking about myself, which was very much missing in my life. I've tried to connect from here, there and everywhere. कभी कभी हो जाता है, कभी कभी छूट जाता है. But today I found a media or a path or whatever you call it, where you can connect and go forward. And for this, I thank profusely to our one and only Meher Baba for having guided us, all the 14 participants on this program and whosoever will be listening. And उसके बाल बच्चे जब भी वो फेसबुक जिस पे भी वो देखेंगे, all of them till eternity, जिसको भी जो भी कुछ बाबा देना चाहते हैं, he will do it in his own sweet way. And believe you me, when it happens, you cannot escape it. उससे भाग नहीं सकते. वो कान चिमट के वापस लाके खड़े रह जाते. So that is the way things are. अभी बहुत फिलोसफी हो गई, बहुत सीरियसनेस हो गए. I would request Veena to lighten up with a nice song. कुछ तरी
I'm just, I was about to sing some other song, but maybe Baba wants me to sing this song. So Sam, just say a few words before I start singing because I need to search for this particular song.
So this is called standby. You know, कोई कुछ नहीं होता है तो बकरी को गुस्सा दो. Which is nice. हजारों पंडित, हजारों श्याने, thousands of pandits, thousands of literate people, हजारों पंडित, हजारों श्याने, खुदा की बातें खुद खुदा ही जाने. Things of God, only God knows. We can only speculate, or like Nime said, we can judge, और ऐसे कुछ भी फाफे मारते रहते हैं. Eventually, whatever happens is all as per his will and wish. उनकी मर्जी के बगैर कोई पत्ता भी नहीं हिल सकता. And that took me best part of my life to realize this. Took me a long time. बहुत फाफे मारे trying to do this the way Sam Patel would like to do it. अरे नहीं बाबा, उसका कुछ नहीं चलता है. चलता है सिर्फ उनका. And the sooner we resign to that fact, the happier we'll be. That's what I feel. तुमचा झाला तैयार, madam? हाँ.
Yes, sir. So yes, this is one of the favorite ghazal of Baba, and which the Purna Bhajan Mandali used to sing every time before, why after the whole entire program or the darshan program, whatever it was getting over. So None other than this is Kabhi To Chatega Fiza Se Andhera.
Let me just say a few things about this ghazal.
Yeah.
गुरु प्रसाद में बाबा आया करते थे और there used to be intimate meetings in a small room where all these young bhajan singers used to come and sing all the time. और फिर जब जाने का वक्त आता था, बाबा को वापस मेराजाद लौटने का वक्त आता था, that was a time when everybody was full of emotions and they just did not like to part with Baba. So ये जब भी होता था तो लोग रोते थे. वैसे ही एक टाइम this thing was played out and then Baba got up and he was walking ahead and Dr. Hoshang Bharucha was walking behind Baba और उनकी आंखों से आंसू निकल रहे थे. तो बाबा टर्न टू हिम, उनकी तरफ देख के उन्होंने कहा, मेरे को ये बाहर के आंसू नहीं चाहिए, तुझे सचमुच रोना है तो तेरे दिल से रो, तेरे दिल में रो. दिस इज हाउ परफेक्ट आवर मास्टर इज. Sorry, Veena, go ahead now.
Sharing my screen, I would like to keep Baba's picture. असर दिखाएगी आहे रसा कभी ना कभी, कबूल हो के रहेगी ये दुआ कभी ना कभी. वो गुम हुए वो गुम हुए तो क्या वो सदा रहेंगे हम, ढूंढने से मिलेगा उनका पता कभी ना कभी. कभी तो छटेगा फिजा से अंधेरा, कभी तो मधुर चांदनी रात होगी, कभी तो छटेगा फिजा से अंधेरा, कभी तो मधुर चांदनी रात होगी, कभी तो छटेगा. कभी तो छटेगा फिजा से अंधेरा, कभी तो छटेगा फिजा से अंधेरा, कभी तो मधुर चांदनी रात होगी, कभी तो जलेंगे, कभी तो जलेंगे चरागे मोहब्बत, किसी दिन तुमसे मुलाकात होगी, कभी तो जलेंगे चरागे मोहब्बत, किसी दिन तुमसे मुलाकात होगी, कभी तो छटेगा अगर दफतन हमें याद आए शबे गम की खामोश तन्हाइयों अगर दफतन हमें याद आए अगर दफतन हमें याद आए शबे गम की खामोश तन्हाइयों में जो बिखरेंगे जुल्फे तो छाएंगे बादल जो टपकेंगे आंसू तो बरसात होगी जो बिखरेंगे जुल्फे तो छाएंगे बादल जो टपकेंगे आंसू तो बरसात होगी कभी तो छटेगा जुदाई के लम्हे करीब आ रहे हैं सितारों के दिल डूबते जा रहे हैं जुदाई के लम्हे करीब आ रहे हैं जुदाई के लम्हे करीब आ रहे हैं सितारों के दिल डूबते जा रहे हैं इधर आओ तुमको गले से लगा लूं इधर आओ तुमको गले से लगा लूं खुदा जाने फिर कब मुलाकात होगी इधर आओ तुमको गले से लगा लो खुदा जाने फिर कब मुलाकात होगी कभी तो छटेगा मोहब्बत में होशो फिरद क्यों गवाए किसी के लिए क्यों जवानी लुटाई मोहब्बत में होशो फिरद क्यों गवाए मोहब्बत में होशो फिरत क्यों गवाए किसी के लिए क्यों जवानी लुटाए अगर जाफरी हमको मालूम होता कि अगर जाफरी हमको मालूम होता कि इस खेल में मात ही मात होगी कभी तो छटेगा फिजा से अंधेरा कभी तो मधुर चांदनी रात होगी कभी तो छटेगा इधर आओ तुमको गले से लगा लो खुदा जाने फिर कब मुलाकात होगी अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय
What a beautiful song to part with. इससे बेहतर और कुछ नहीं. Meherveena, I don't know how he prompts you, but he does. तो अभी उसमें ज्यादा कुछ बोलना नहीं है. Now let's wrap up our program for this evening. Before I go away, I would like to post Meherveena's phone number for anybody who wants to contact her. किसी chat में के कहीं पे.
Yeah, I'm just posting it over here in the meeting, and I'll just say it aloud so that those people who are hearing it on the Facebook, they can contact me. My number is 981-990-8386. You can contact me on WhatsApp if you need any further information on Charities to Life. Thank you so much, Jai Baba.
I would like to read out a few chats. किसी ने लिखा है, evening of pristine thoughts and melodious you, जय बाबा. पता नहीं ये किसने लिखा है. Archana had also written, अभी वो jump to the first unread message. Okay. Ashwat, the holy figure, made a heart. That is right. Then
That is Dinesh who has written this. I saw all the episodes of It is Shadows to Light by Meherveena ji. Divine creativity, power, excellence, Baba's divine touch, vividly visible. Jai Baba.
Archana ने कुछ लिखा है वो I want.
Yeah, I will read out that. Archana writes, what a fabulous program was out. So I logged in at 6:45 p.m. but enjoying it thoroughly. Envy your simply superb, such a beautiful evening of pristine thoughts and melodious you, Jai Baba.
Okay.
Thank you, Baba.
Jai Meher Baba. Baba, we do hope that we conducted this program as per your marzi. ये है हमारी अर्जी, आगे तुम्हारी मर्जी. जय बाबा. Now we shall conclude with
which aarti you would like to?
पहले एक बुझावे.
Okay.
And then last time you did Marathi, तो ये time कुछ
Hindi?
कर दो.
Which one?
तेलुगु आरती कुछ.
Telugu, sorry. I know one Telugu song, but I don't know Telugu aarti.
This is my inner desire कि हमारे मेहर बाबा सेंटर, बॉम्बे सेंटर के हर एक आदमी को he should know artis of various different languages, so that as and when he represents or goes to any place in Hyderabad or wherever, he can be fluent in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, वो बाबा की मर्जी है. चलो, let's start. जय बाबा.
So the other aarti you want to do is which one?
Whichever
Adi Sachetana?
whichever comes to your mind.
Okay. So first I will do the Hindi aarti Adi Sachetana, and then we will do Bujave.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Avtar Meher Baba ki Jai. हुआ लहर से है जिसकी सृष्टि का निर्माण उसकी दैवी अनंतता का कैसे हो अनुमान. आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, नमो ब्रह्म आओ मिहिर प्रभु आरती अपनाए। प्रेम दीप में ये जलाऊं, प्रेम दीप में ये जलाऊं, निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं, निबिड़ अंधेरा मिटता पाऊं। अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊं, अपना सब कुछ तुम्हें चढ़ाऊं। तुम मुझको सरसाओ मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। जीवन की हर सांस हमारी, जीवन की हर सांस हमारी बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी, बन जाए प्रभु गति तुम्हारी। हे करुणा कर लीलाधारी, हे करुणा कर लीलाधारी। तुम करुणा बरसाओ मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। बने आरती जीवन मेरा, बने आरती जीवन मेरा। आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा, आदि अंत का लय हो घेरा। खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा, खुले नयन और दिखे सवेरा। तुम मुझ में छा जाओ मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन, आदि सचेतन शांति निकेतन। नमो ब्रह्म आओ मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। मेरे प्रभु आरती अपनाओ। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। बुझावे नार्य जलतनी एकर कुद रत्न परमातु। छलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरी मातु। अया मोर शरण मेहर बाबा चरण पर तुझ धरिए सर। उदाना जात थी वाके पथैब जो मेहर बातु। तुझे माँ लेख हकीकत नो तो आशिक भी न्यारे भी तुझे दरे यहाँ वहीदत मारिफत नो कोई तूफान तू amore rame sale vakasi gyane zadlu ke tu par mahatma gyani chene mo tare rfatu khudana प्रेमनु प्राणो पिलाई मस्त हमने कर छे तुझ पर जान सदके साथिया ईद पहनाती हमारी नाव भर दरिए तरावे तो हमें तरिए हमारा ना खुदा ए मेरे बाबा चैन तू हमारा ना खुदा ए मेरे बाबा चैनी तू बुझावे नार जिल्लत में कर खुदा रत्नी परमातु चलावी आश भक्तों ने के बख्श मोरी मातु अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Archana ji, are you there? Archana Grover,
Yes, Sam, I'm there.
may I request you to do the prayers? All
Okay. You want them done in Hindi or English?
French, if you like.
No, what is your preference, Sam?
Any language that you like. Go ahead.
हे परवरदिगार, सबके राखनहार और सबकी रक्षा करने वाले, तुम्हारा कोई आदि नहीं है और न तुम्हारा कोई अंत है। तुम अद्वैत हो, तुम तुलना से परे हो और तुम्हारा पार कोई नहीं पा सकता है। तुम्हारा कोई रंग और कोई रूप नहीं है। तुम आविर्भाव से रहित हो और तुम गुणातीत हो। तुम अपार हो और अगाध हो, कल्पना और धारणा से परे हो, शाश्वत और अनश्वर हो। तुम अखंडनीय हो और दिव्य नेत्रों के सिवाय और किसी भी प्रकार से तुम्हें कोई नहीं देख सकता है। तुम्हारा अस्तित्व सदैव था, तुम सदैव रहते हो और तुम सदैव रहोगे। तुम सर्वत्र हो, तुम हर वस्तु में हो और तुम हर जगह से परे तथा हर वस्तु से परे भी हो। तुम आकाश में हो और पाताल में हो। तुम व्यक्त हो और अव्यक्त हो। तुम सब लोकों पर हो और समस्त लोकों से परे भी हो। तुम तीनों भुवनों में हो और तीनों भुवनों से परे भी हो। तुम अगोचर हो और स्वतंत्र हो। तुम सृष्टि के रचने वाले हो, स्वामियों के स्वामी हो, समस्त मनों और हृदयों के ज्ञाता हो। तुम सर्वशक्तिमान हो और सर्वव्यापी हो। तुम अनंत ज्ञान हो, अनंत शक्ति हो और अनंत आनंद हो। तुम ज्ञान के महासागर हो, सर्वज्ञ हो, अनंत ज्ञान रखने वाले हो। तुम भूत, वर्तमान और भविष्य के ज्ञाता हो और तुम स्वयं ज्ञान हो। तुम पूर्ण दयामय हो और सदैव हितकारी हो। तुम आत्माओं की आत्मा हो और अनंत गुणों से संपन्न एक परमात्मा हो। तुम सत्य, ज्ञान और परमानंद की त्रिमूर्ति हो। तुम सत्य के मूल हो, प्रेम के महासागर हो। तुम सनातन सत्ता हो, ऊंचों में सबसे ऊंचे हो। तुम प्रभु और परमेश्वर हो। तुम पर ब्रह्म हो और परात्पर पर ब्रह्म भी हो। तुम पर ब्रह्म परमात्मा हो, अल्लाह हो, इलाही हो, यजदान हो, अहूर मज़द हो और प्रियतम ईश्वर हो। तुम्हारा नाम इज्जत अर्थात एकमात्र पूज्य है। हे असीम दया के निधि प्रभुराज, हम अपने सब पापों के लिए पश्चाताप करते हैं। हर एक विचार के लिए जो असत्य, अनुचित या गंदा था, हर एक बोले हुए शब्द के लिए जिसे बोलना हमें उचित न था, और हर एक कर्म के लिए जिसे करना हमें उचित न था। स्वार्थ से प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए तथा द्वेष प्रेरित हर एक कर्म, शब्द और विचार के लिए हम पश्चाताप करते हैं। विशेषकर हर एक कामुक विचार तथा क्रिया के लिए, ऐसे हर एक वचन के लिए जिसको हमने पूरा नहीं किया, सब असत्य वचनों के लिए और सभी निंदा, पाखंड, दम या लोगों के पीछे उनके दोष बताने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। और खासकर दूसरों का नाश करने वाले हर एक कर्म के लिए, दूसरों को दुख देने वाले हर एक शब्द तथा कर्म के लिए, तथा दूसरों पर दुख गिरने की इच्छा करने के लिए हम अनुताप करते हैं। हे प्रभुराज, आप हम पर असीम दया करके हमारे किए हुए पापों को क्षमा कीजिए और वैसे ही आपकी मर्जी के अनुसार विचार करने में, बोलने में तथा कार्य करने में जो हमारी असमर्थता सदा रहती आई है, उसको भी क्षमा कीजिए। यही हमारी आपसे प्रार्थना है। प्रियतम परमात्मा, हमारी ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम तुझसे अधिक अधिक प्रेम करें, और अधिक और अधिक, और फिर भी उससे भी अधिक प्रेम करें, जब तक कि हम तुझ में मिलकर एक हो जाने के पात्र बन जाएं। और तू हम सब की ऐसी सहायता कर कि हम अंत अंत तक प्रियतम बाबा का दामन दृढ़ता से पकड़े रहें। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर
हाँ,
बाबा
मेहर
की जय।
बाबा जय।
There will be a minute's silence now.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Thank you, everybody, for this lovely gathering. I'm sorry we exceeded our time way beyond, but then बाबा के प्रेम में कभी कभी ऐसे भी हो जाता है. Hope he forgives us. Take Baba with you और हमेशा हमेशा के लिए उनके बने रहिए. That's all I have to say. Thank you and Jai Baba.
Thank you, Jai Baba.